Hello, thanks for clicking. I'm Mark Morse. Today I'm going to talk about a couple things. First, I want to talk about um, a picture disc I received in the mail and who sent it and how priceless it is. And then the second part of the video, I want to report out on my sleep disorders thread, give some shout outs to people who've participated and maybe an extra person or two who haven't participated but I feel deserve a shout out. But first, let's talk about this little picture disc. And as you can see, it's not really a picture disc, not in a traditional way, but a painted record. And the person that sent this to me is my daughter, Luxy, who I love very much. She lives out in Los Angeles now. I'm in Iowa. She got married and moved away, as kids are tend to do. But she's obviously still thinking of me, and we have bonded over our love of the Beatles and collecting Beatles vinyl. So this is one thing we've shared together. So as you can see, she has done a little Yellow Submarine painting on this record. And by the way, don't worry about the record. It's not actually a Beatles Yellow Submarine record. She told me she found a bunch of records at a record store in Los Angeles that they were selling for like 57 cents or something. She bought that. They were unplayable records, so don't worry. She has not defaced a playable Beatles record. She wrote a nice little message on the back here, but that's just for me. It's not for you, dirty dogs. So you're not going to see that. But I just wanted to show that off and brag on my daughter a little bit. She's just a great person. I know nobody wants to hear a parent talk about what a great kid they have. But Luxy is a truly great kid, and it's not just me. Anybody who ever crosses her path knows this. She also sent this with me, a silly little John Lemon thing there, and then her study for the Yellow Submarine. Anyway, she's always been very creative. You can't really see this very well, but she designed my sugar skull tattoo when she was 12 years old. She hates it now because she's developed as an artist, and she doesn't like to see her 12-year-old work on my hand. But I treasure that tattoo, and I'm glad it's going to be on me until the end of days. Anyway, I wanted to talk about her a little bit. She's a great person, and she sent me those records. But I did want to talk about this just for the people who clicked on this thinking, hey, I thought I was going to see a picture disc about Yellow Submarine. I don't have any Yellow Submarine picture disc, but I do want to give you some advice. We all know this record, the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. It's a fine record, but one of the things about this record is half of it is George Martin orchestration for the movie. So one whole side isn't even Beatles. Then the Beatles side, there's 6 songs on there. 2 of the songs we have heard before on other albums. So we've heard Yellow Submarine and All You Need Is Love. So there's really only 4 new songs on here. Fine album, but not enough Beatles on it for most of us. So I wanted to talk super briefly about the Beatles' Yellow Submarine Songtrack. So this isn't the soundtrack, it's the songtrack. And those are the songs. So this is my advice. If you see this songtrack, buy it. It's really good. The mix is really good sounding record. They do not... none of it is the George Martin orchestration. It's all songs from the movie, and it is a very enjoyable record. So that's my recommendation regarding Yellow Submarine. The other thing, for the second part of this video, I want to report out. So I started a vinyl thread on sleep disorders, and I've been so happy because people actually participated in this thread. Some of you may remember my dismal attempt at a thread earlier in my YouTube career. And let me see, let me count how many people participated in it. There was nobody participated in that thread, not a single person. So that's fine. Don't fall for my passive aggressive ways and go back and do it now, because it doesn't mean anything to me now. But my second thread, the sleep disorders thread, has really taken off, and I've got some really great responses. And I just wanted to show my gratitude by mentioning the people who responded to the thread. I'll give them a little shout out verbally here, and then I'll click to, I'll give a link to their pages down below. I've also created a playlist that's just called Sleep Disorder Thread. You can click on it and you can see all the people who participated in it. Up to now, there's been a dozen, 12 people have participated, and I'm very happy with it. Really quality videos, really good ideas. It's not too late. You can, I don't care, you can, 10 years from now, you can still participate in this thread. So, every time somebody does, I'll mention you in a video. Anyway, these are the people who have participated. They are Shawn at Vinyl Shawn. He was the very first one to jump on it. I made a joke in my initial video. If you have a song about CPAP machines, you can put that on your... He actually found one and links to it. So it's kind of, if you want to go over to his page, Vinyl Shawn. The second person to jump on the thread was Brian at Embryonic Robot. Great video, funny video. I love when people use my own words against me like that, Brian. I do appreciate that. Ed at On My Turntable. Great guy. Love this guy. Love his channel. Check him out. Steve at All the World's a Stage. You've heard me talk about this guy in about 90% of my videos. Just a super great guy. Has really helped me out here. Peter at Music is a Journey. Another great guy, great channel. All of these people, I subscribe to them. I recommend you do too. Mike at MGK Boston, a great thread initiator himself, participated. And then David at David Atkinson's Life Matters. Beautiful thread, or a beautiful video. The thread's pretty cool too. You can check it out. If I remember, I'll link to it at the end of this video so you can see the original video and you can still participate. And then the great Vinyl Richie at Vinyl Richie. I did not start this thread to get to a certain number of subs or anything like that, but something crazy has happened since people have participated. My sub count has gone up quite a bit, and sometimes people say Vinyl Richie sent me over, or Embryonic Robot has sent me over. So I appreciate it, guys. It seems like every time somebody does the thread, I get a little boost in subs, so I do appreciate that. Morten Estad at Morten Estad. So Morten is a great guy. Someday I'm gonna have him show me around Oslo. Just a consistent content creator. Just I love to hear him talk about his records and CDs. And then Tommy at Tommy Vinyl Knot. Great guy. Love his accent. Just a great take on the thread. And then a guy, I'll call him Mr. Geek at Garage Geek. I had not heard of this person before, but he did the thread. He'd mentioned that Brian from Embryonic Records had sent him over. I love this guy's channel. A lot of people, when I sub them, I just sub them. I don't really like the annoying notifications. I'll check it out myself. I don't need. I actually hit the bell on Garage Geeks because he talks about a lot. It's more than just vinyl. He talks about a lot of stuff I'm interested in, books and stuff. And then finally, Alex at Beer and Vinyl. And again, you've heard me talk about Alex many times. He may be to me as Sam St. John is to Steve at All the World's a Stage. So you've heard too much about him. I'm not going to mention him anymore. But his link is down below, and he does have a great channel, and he understands my sense of humor, so that's a big plus. This next person has not done this thread, or I should say has not done this thread yet, but I feel that she may. No pressure if you decide not to. But just because I like her and because she invited me to her party recently, I want to mention Stephanie at Stephanie West. Just this person, she goes through her records. She kind of does should they stay or should they go kind of thing with the records. Her taste is so similar to mine that I get the feeling that must have grown up in the exact same time. But when you watch her videos, it's obvious she's probably like 3 decades younger than me, so she's kind of an enigma, but just a great channel. I just want people to encourage people to go over there and sub her channel. It's really good. It's you'll like it. You'll want to sub. You don't need me telling you that. And that's what I have for today's video. I did want to mention again, thank you for the record and the painting, and you mean a lot to me. One thing about Luxy, a proud moment that I had, one of many proud moments with Luxy, is her mom called me up one time just laughing when Luxy was very small, probably 5 or 6. And she called me up and she said, "Mark, she has your weird personality." And I can't remember what she had said or done, but I remember just being flooded with joy to hear her mom say, "She has your weird personality." So one story about Luxy, and then I'm calling it good, and you guys are free to go. But not until I'm done with the story, so hang on. I have a very subtle sense of humor, a very dark sense of humor, and sometimes it's not very obvious. I mean, it's not obvious I'm joking, I guess. I've been shocked many times to find that people have taken something that was completely dark humor as a serious statement. But I've gone to family functions, my side of the family, the Morse side of the family. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just a normal Morse with the same kind of weird humor, the weird darkness. Luxy's mom's side of the family, her mom's name's Tiffany, they all think I'm the weirdest guy that has ever lived. They think I'm the weirdest weirdo in the world. So twice now at family get-togethers, I've walked away from the table and have come back and heard Luxy explaining my jokes to the rest of her family. It just cracks me up. It's funny to me. So I just wanted to tell that story. I love you, Luxy. I'm going to finish this video with some pictures of Luxy, me and her mom, and maybe even Luxy's husband, Song Win. So I love you too, Song. And I'll see you all later. And thanks everybody for joining the thread and joining me here.